We could never have enough of it. I mean, we really do have to just sit down and laugh, even as we cry.
Even as we cry.
Yes.
You're right. And for, a lot of people, they'll pick up and their luggage won't be as heavy. Their next move somewhere else, won't be as big because their load has been lightened, not by their design.
Not by their design, but that really is, even though we have to be careful because the anger and the loss and the grief is still so strong. But I truly believe that these are the moments that over time will help us to once again reevaluate. And to reevaluate is to what is valuable. And life really is valuable. And to our great fortune, we only lost 13, I believe. Right. And I don't mean it as if
every life is precious.
Every life is precious.
It wasn't New Orleans where 1,500 or 1,800.
It wasn't New Orleans and it wasn't 9/11. And we really do have much of that to be grateful for, again, with fairness to that phrase.
But now, Nikki, a lot of things brought PTSD, like the people who went through Katrina. Now, whether they were in it and moved here and then lost their homes here, whether they had a house full of people again, it's anytime someone's been in any disaster, this brings all that back.
It sure does. But what's amazing about it, Whitney, is we don't even have to go back to Katrina. Yesterday I saw a thunderstorm brewing and I shook.
Oh, I know. And
when I hear the weather alert on the phone.
One more time.
So this is the effect of trauma. And again, I just think an awareness of it is so important because again, the tendency is to dash, to kind of self-medicate. And we have to say, okay, that's a natural response.
Right.
See?
You had a group of people that you do grief counseling, and they've gone through a lot of this. Well, what's the most prevailing feeling and emotion right now?
Shock still, I would say. I would say we're still in shock. And we're still in that kind of cleaning, practical, what's the plan? What will I do? What's next? What do I need to do? And those are all real issues.
Right.
We do need a plan.
Sure. And you know what we are in now? We're in the drying out phase for most part, except, bless their hearts, some people like near Santa Mon and other parts that still have water in their homes. But I would say 90% at least, maybe a little more than that. They've ripped out the drywall, they've ripped out the insulation, ripped out the carpeting. It's all sitting on the curb. And, I wish that someone would come get it because I think that's hard to look at. But they're doing all this, but they can't start fixing till it dries out. So, you're in a 5-7 day pattern, and it's, what do we do now?
Which is a really interesting point you make. The practical side to this is what? Get the dry walls, right?
Yeah.
Prevent the molding.
Right.
Get the old carpet out. Could we take that and make that a mental platform? How could we keep ourselves from molding? How could we keep our minds from molding? How could we stay as clean as we can and that life is still going on? And love, you can't take away love. You can't take away kindness. Can't take away charity. That's why, Whitney, I just get so distraught when I see so much blame going around right now. This is not the time to blame any and everybody. All the forces of blame and looking for something or someone to pin it on.
Well, and as
it
FEMA
does no good.
Right. Well, and talk about anger when FEMA comes back with you're denied.
That's right.
Or instead of the thousands you thought, we're giving you hundreds. How do people cope with that?
Every time I hear the maximum is 30, I'm like, please stop saying it.
I know.
Because that really is the maximum.
Because I really thought most people were going to get that initially. I was like,
because that's what we just kind of take in.
Right.
Because that's what we want.
I know, and I want it for them. I want it for everyone.
And it's not going to be. It's not going to be. But again, to prevent that mold, to take out that drywall and stuff. I don't know. It just struck me as an interesting image, from the practical, physical side to the mental, behavioral side, and then also, obviously, to make sure that we're around people. And that we reach out, and we're very specific in what we need, and we're very specific with what we offer. Someone said to me today that she doesn't say to people, what do you need? She says, give me an assignment.
I like that.
And one of them was to do laundry, which is a great assignment.
That is a great assignment because there's lots that needs to be cleaned still.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your insight. It's going to be a long journey for
It is.
all of us.
It is.
And we'll go through the stages of grief and anger and all those things. But in the midst of all the tragedy and all the horrible flooding, there was such beauty with people coming together. And people who've lost everything said, I never have felt this kind of love. So let's hold on to that,
Let's
right?
hold on to that, Whitney.
Right.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, good luck rebuilding
Be
everyone.
good to each other.
That's right. Much more Weekends with Whitney right after this.